how are you guys? Everybody knows what happened now, and you kind of knew this was going to be coming, and people were going to be asking about your friends. How was the spring? How was the summer? How are you guys coping?
Oh, well, it's been tough, but I think we've come together. This has made us closer as a team. We're all real close to these guys, and it's really tough, but we've worked through it, and we've decided to dedicate this season to them.
Were you guys like zombies? I mean, that just had to be such a shock. I mean, it was a shock to everybody. As a teenage boy in high school, to see that happen to your friends, what was that couple of weeks like? That had to just be awful to go through.
Yeah, that was a terrible couple days and couple weeks that we had to go to. It's probably the hardest things that most of us have ever gone through in our lives so far. So
did your best you could, and did the best you could, and just
we just
press on. Were you impressed with the outpouring? The letters and the contacts and the calls, and just it seemed like everybody in Lancaster and even the LL were at the funeral, and just being in touch with you guys. Was that a cool feeling?
That was a really cool feeling to see. I know at some of the funerals I saw other teams that were rivals on our field, but friends off the field. It was really cool to see how our community came together.
Do you remember what it was like the first time, like the first 7-on-7 or the first, team function when all you guys got together? Were you kind of looking around like, where are these guys at? What was that like the first time you got together? You remember for a team thing?
Yeah, I remember that. It was really weird to think about. Like, I almost had to think about it a second time. Like, where they at? And I remembered, like, there's a lot of holes that they left that needed to be filled, and
that's just football.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's just football-wise.
Unfortunately, that's like life and the whole thing. Did you learn any lessons from that whole experience? Has it changed the way you do things or the way you look at things? Or
well, it's changed somewhat. Like it just reminds you that life is short and life is precious, and you never know when your last moment might be. You're just out there having fun one second, and the next minute, your life's changed.
And you're 17, 18-year-old guys. You usually shouldn't even be thinking about that stuff. You should be thinking about lifting weights and getting ready for your game on Friday night. You said you're going to try to dedicate. Talk about that a little bit. You talk about those guys a lot. Patches, numbers. How's that going to go?
Well, every time we break the huddle, we say we are Manheim, and then we say break, and we go 129. 129 is all the numbers added together.
Oh, from their jerseys?
Yes.
129.
129.
Wow.
We do that every single time we break the huddle.
Huh. Practice, game, no matter where you're at.
No matter where we're at.
The schedule says you got to play, and you're still Manheim Central, and you still play football in Manheim Central. Are you looking forward to almost as an outlet just to go play, just so you don't? And I'm sorry I'm bringing this stuff up, but just to sort of move on and just play again. Is that a relief to you guys to just be able to go out and do your thing again?
Yeah, it will be. But like, it will be kind of a relief to go out and just play again, because we're trying to get used to it. We still haven't completely got used to it, but
sure,
we're trying our best to.
Especially with camp and scrimmages coming, it's gonna be odd, I'm sure.
Yes.
A little bit. Give me a state of your program. Where are you guys on the field? I mean, are you? Your expectations aren't going to drop, and your bar is not going to drop just because you lost some of your friends. Can you talk about that a little bit? Expectations still high as ever?
It's Manheim tradition to always have high expectations.
Sure.
So we're really young. We lost a lot of seniors, and then with the accident, we lost even more.
Yeah.
So we're going to be really young. We're going to have a lot of younger players have to step in. So I think if they all come together and we play as a team, we could have a pretty decent season.
Okay. Is there a different feel to this to this team? Like you said, you're still getting used to life without these guys on the field and off. The intensity will be there, though. I mean, as soon as the ball goes up and it's game 1, week 1, you guys are going to come to play. True?
Yeah, that's true. We'll come to play, and hopefully we can just all come together and just play our best. The potential's there. We're really young, but I think if we can all come together, we'll have a pretty good season.
I don't think anybody's going to overlook you. You guys are still the Barons at the end of the day, if you know what I mean. Fun questions now, I promise. You guys antsy to play LS, and I know you shouldn't be looking that far ahead, but you know what they did to you twice last year. Is that a game you're looking at? They're the section champs, so you got to knock them off.
Actually, first I have my eye on Calico first.
Yeah, they knocked you off last year too.
Yeah, and then second would be LS. I definitely I'm excited to play LS again.
Okay, you get both those games at home, by the way, which is kind of cool. It's weird when you guys don't win the section. I mean, it's not like you never haven't not won it, but does that drive you? I mean, because that's where you start, win the section first. Don't worry about districts and whatever's next. But are you driven a little bit more this year to kind of get that trophy back? Because you've had it a lot of years.
That's definitely motivating. Having those games, a lot of them were so close. Like one play could have changed the outcome of all those games.
Pretty much, yeah. They were all a touchdown or less, I think.
So that's definitely motivation, and for this upcoming year, and even for the guys. Just that's probably our biggest motivation, playing for the guys this season.
You're going to be more of a leader type, and you're going to be a guy in the middle on defense for sure. And I thought your defense improved last year. You guys freely admitted the first couple of weeks were not fun, but you definitely got better as the season went on. But you're going to be in the middle, making plays. Are you ready to be a leader guy and be a standout player
ready to
guy?
Step it up. Yeah. I'm the defensive captain. I'll be getting the calls from Coach Brubaker on the sideline, and I'll be giving the calls to the team.
Last one. Just because of what happened, and not only losing your friends, but the seniors, do you guys feel like you have something to prove a little bit? Because this isn't and there's been a lot of years where we sit here and it's Manheim's going to win, get out of their way. This doesn't seem like one of those years, but do you feel like you guys have something to prove, and you're going to have a little chip on your shoulders this season?
I think we have a little something to prove. I mean, last year, anytime we don't win the section, it seems like we need something to go out and motivate. We have to prove ourselves the next year, so it's definitely going to be motivation to go out and prove ourselves that we still are the Barons.